why, as a personal trainer, would you begin a client particularly on the roar?
Because it's the most simple. Like it's the simplest. If when you look at the mechanics and the sequence of the rowing motion,
Mm-hmm.
it's just catch, drive, finish, recover, and repeat.
Right,
It's very repetitive and simple compared to, let's say, if we're doing 1-2s on boxing.
right,
To really perfect like a good one, even just a 1-2 combination, there are way more than just the four elements of catch, drive, finish, and recover.
right.
If you're throwing hands, there's a lot more to think about, which then may complicate things because they also have to think about the music, which is
Right,
nice
right,
in
right,
itself.
right.
But with the row, you can get in that flow the quickly, most quickly and the easiest.
Right.
And so that's why we always start there.
And when you start someone on the roar, is it just that one exercise for the first time they're coming into the program, or is it just that's the introduction to the overall program for the day?
It's the introduction to the overall program, um, because I go into like the concepts that they're more able to understand when they don't have to worry about the technicalities of different techniques. To learn the active listening and all that while they're also trying to learn punches. It's mental overload.
It is.
So it's like a very gradual thing, as we also talked about. And level one, you could say your white belt
Okay.
is um, is rowing. And so a
Right.
lot of times while they're rowing, then I'm talking to them about what we're doing here, why we're doing it, and getting to know them also.
Right.
There's a
Right.
lot of things that can be done to set a solid foundation while they're just doing the rowing.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And
And
do
yeah,
you find in that conversation, do you find more personal information being revealed from the client?
sure. Yeah. I mean, they start to open up. I ask usually about like what their background is with sports or exercise, even just their personal background on, how
Right.
they got here, what their goals are.
Right. Right.
And they can do all that while they're in motion as well.
Right. Right.
And then, one of the things that I have to work on is not overloading people with information. You know, it's
What?
slowing it down, and because people can, everyone gets overwhelmed if they have too much new info coming in. And so just, slowing it down and getting to know them and is great while they're just on the rower.
Right. 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 And then from the rower, which exercise do you really go into next?
So like the order of operations would be rowing to the treadmill
Okay.
to the ski erg, which is the one that goes like this. Yeah, exactly. And then to the boxing. And then lastly would be qigong.
The qigong.
Yeah,
The
it's
which one
like
was
it's
that?
like Tai Chi.
Right. Right.
We
Right.
did, we actually didn't do it, and that's because
Okay.
again, it would have been overload for
Right.
the
Right.
group.
Right. Right.
But
So the Tai Chi is like the end of the rainbow.
I'd say so. That's basically, the final stage
Right.
where you've gone through all these steps, and then we end on the Tai Chi.